So I've got two expectations. What else? And honestly, I'm feeling so excited to see so many human faces together. I don't remember last when I saw so many human faces together. So keep this habit of putting your videos on. In our office, there's hardly anyone who puts on the video. So good, very nice. So I am feeling excited to do this session, and nice to see some nice, handsome boys and beautiful girls, some smiling faces, some cheerful faces. That's how do you live, right? So looking at all your faces, smiling faces, I'm reminded of one statement. Let me share it with you. Is don't ever let the world change your smile. Use your smile to change the world. The world needs smiles. The world doesn't need anything else. The world needs people who are excited. The world needs people who are cheerful, who are gung-ho and want to do something in life. So super, very nice. So what else is your expectation in the time that we have? We still have about a minute before our scheduled start of time. For those of you just joined in, a very happy afternoon from me. So happy to see all of you. Feel blessed and honored to be able to share some of my thoughts with. I've always referred to all of you as young champions. So you're going to lead the industry tomorrow. You are going to navigate the world through turbulent times. An absolute honor and privilege for me. So tell me, what is your expectation from the time that we will be together? No expectation, that's also fine. So it's about time. So Vishal, would you want to formally start the session or whatever is your protocol?
Yes, sir. We will begin with it.
So you want me to start or you are starting?
So Vishal, should I go ahead?
Yes, I shall go ahead.
Okay. So good afternoon, everybody. Most people are defined by how well they perform in the corporate life and by the achievements in career. But today we have with us a unique speaker who will show us that success not only lies in these achievements, but it also lies within you. Ribandar Talks is proud to host Mr. Anand Bhatnagar, who will show us the path to become the best version of ourselves. He is a Bachelor of Science and an MBA graduate, but he chooses to define himself by things that are much more closer to heart. His passion has no bounds in the topics of economic empowerment, education and health, and children welfare. He constantly engages with audiences to create an impact in their lives. With a vision of impacting more than 1 lakh lives by 2027, we have with us Mr. Anand Bhatnagar, who will enlighten our lives in the next couple of hours. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much. I wish my wife was there to listen to this. She will say in 26 years of marriage, I was not able to enlighten her. But anyways, thank you for those kind words, and thank you for having me for this session, and a very warm welcome to each one of you. I'm not here to enlighten you. Let me set those expectations right. I'm not here to show what I have achieved in my life. No, I'm going to share with you my struggles. I'm going to share with you the bottlenecks that I faced in my life, and things that I wish someone had taught me when I was of your age. I was sharing with the others who were there earlier on the call that I have a daughter of your age, so you are like children. So I'm going to address you as children and give you the inputs that I would give my daughter. Right? So there is nothing professional about what I'm going to share. Uh, it is not about that I am in a particular position in a particular company. No, it has nothing to do with. I believe when it comes to learning, we can learn from a janitor as well. Learning cannot be limited, restricted to uh, a position or designation. You don't learn from a position, you learn from a person. Yes, so I've got only two expectations. Number one, keep a paper and pen with you. So I'm going to give you some points and hopefully you will find it useful to write it down. Number two is it's a post-lunch session and it's a Sunday afternoon. So I'm sure you would have had some delicious food just before this session. So with all the carbohydrates kind of settling into your system, it is difficult to stay awake. Yeah, so my only thing is, in case you're feeling drowsy, you should do two things. You should switch off your camera and you should mute your microphones. Why? Because you don't want your friends and colleagues to see you kind of becoming like a pendulum, and you don't want anyone to hear your snoring. So that's my only expectation. So let's make it interactive. I have a presentation that I'll share with you, but more than that, let this be a heart-to-heart session. Let this be kind of an open house. You shoot questions at me, and if I have the answers, I'll share it with you. So is that a fair expectation? That we'll make it interactive? We are about 236, 37 people on the call. And then can we have some energy on the call? 236 young boys and girls. Say yes or no. Super,
Yes,
very nice, very nice, very nice. Okay, so I was asking the few who were there when we kind of started this session, what are your few expectations from me in the couple of hours that we have together? So if I may ask the larger audience, what is that you want to learn from me? Not that I can teach you much, but whatever little I can, what would you want to learn? So as you kind of think about your answer, do let me know if you are able to see this slide. Vishal, are you able to see the slide?
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Okay, great. Okay, so let me start with my tagline. This is what I have always strived to do. I believe that all of us start unknown. As you in the next few months enter into the professional world, you would be pretty much unknown. But how do you finish unforgettable? So you may want to keep this as your WhatsApp status line or whatever you call it. Start unknown, finish unforgettable. And I'm here to help you with a few points that how do you finish unforgettable? How do you be the best version of yourself? So that's broadly what I want to talk. I can teach you few subjects on MBA, but I'm not here to teach you any subjects. But yeah, so in this regard, what are few questions you have for me? If no, let me take certain permissions from you before I get started. I hope you'll be kind enough to allow me a few things. I need permission from you to ask you questions. So do I have your permission to ask you questions?
Yes, sir, of course.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Right, and remember, you call me sir, I call you uncle. My name is Anand or AD. I prefer that you call me Anand or AD, no sir. Right, and the only reason I will ask you questions, boys and girls, is we remain mentally involved in this session. Otherwise, virtual sessions are very, very difficult to concentrate upon. There is something called digital fatigue. I'm sure over the last 18, 19 months, you would have had so many online sessions that you would have kind of come to a point you said that, not anymore. It's enough is enough. Right. So let's try to make it engaging. Let's try to make it involving. Let's make it very personal, and let's have a learning session. And I need your help to make it happen. So will I have your help to make this a session that hopefully will help you in your life?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, super, very nice, very nice. And do all of you have a paper and pen? If no,
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
thank you, thank you, thank you, Beta, thank you. And in case you don't have, you have your mobile phones, you can use your mobile phones. So are we all set to go?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, and one last thing is, whenever you feel bored of me, whenever you feel you need a break, just stop me, say that, Anand, let's take have a 5-minute break, 10-minute break, we will have a break. So you can have it after half an hour, you can have it after 1 hour. I leave that choice to you. Any one of you, whoever would want to take a break, just stop me, we will take a break. But if we are on this call, if we are in this meeting, let us stay involved in this session. Okay? Okay. If you have a paper and pen, try joining these 9 dots using 4 straight lines, and you're not allowed to pick your pen off the paper. 4 straight lines, all dots should be joined. You're not allowed to pick the pen off the paper. You've got 60 seconds to do this. Your 60 seconds starts now. So that's 60 seconds on the clock. Were you able to do it? If yes, could you show me what you did on the paper? You can just
Done, sir.
done.
Yes,
Very
sir.
nice.
Yes, sir. Done.
Very nice. Can one of you show it to me on the screen? If it is possible, I'm not sure whether it is possible or not.
Please raise your hand. And
Just show me. So if anyone wants to, then you'll have to put on your camera just in case you don't have your camera on. Yes, Siddharth.
Sir, it won't be visible, so I can tell you what I did.
Okay, better. Please tell.
So like we will join the first 3 points. Then we will extend the line.
But this is what Siddharth is telling, right? So you extend that
Then,
line.
yeah, and then we sir, because I have to remove my background and then show.
No worries, no worries. So this is what basically Siddharth is telling
Yes, sir.
us.
Yes,
Yeah?
sir. Yes. Then you
Okay,
join.
great. Thank you. Thank you, Siddharth, for that. And I'm sure many of you would have done this. This is something that you would have done it in your school also. But my question is, what is this extra that you're doing in your life? Many of us get limited to the obvious. So we in life, do what is the obvious, and we get stuck here. So one of my first learning for you, if you want to rise and shine in your life, not just professional life, but in your life, you'll have to do something extra. And as I have your permission to ask you questions, what extra are you doing? All of your MBA students, would I be correct in my understanding? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Super. So what does MBA stand for?
Masters in Business Administration.
Correct. Thank you, Beta. Thank you. Thank you. So what is business? So my question to you is, are you reading business magazines? Are you understanding? Sorry.
So for me, it is getting things done. There is a problem and finding a way to get the solution.
That's a very good answer. Very good, Beta. Very nice. Very nice. I like that word solution. Right. So we should be solution minded. But isn't it easier said than done?
Very easy, sir. To say
Correct.
it is very easy.
That's right. That's right. Right. And with life, with experience, we become better at solving problems. But when I did my MBA and when I moved into the professional life, things were not as difficult as they are when you are going to move into the corporate world. Would you agree with me?
So I will take your word on it because I do not have that much of experience.
I like that innocence. Very good. So thank you for trusting me for that. The reason I say this is the 4 letters, the dreaded 4 letters that is causing sleepless nights to business leaders. Have you heard about this 4-letter word?
Yes, baby.
You know about VUCA?
Yes.
Let me use a different color. Say yes or no.
Yes.
Super. So what is V here?
Volatility.
What is volatility?
Constant change.
Correct. Anything more?
Uncertainty. Probably the next word.
Yeah. Stay here. We will stay here. So you are doing management studies. Yes.
Yes.
So when was the term management coined? Which era? No worries. Don't worry. Don't you know feel that my answer could be right and wrong. Just share. We are all learning together. I will also be proposing to you a lot of books that I suggest that you read. I will also propose to you certain websites, certain YouTube videos that you should watch. So can I give those recommendations to you?
Yes.
Yes, of
Right?
course.
And if I can request, and if I can request one of you, maybe Vishal or anyone, if you can just make a list of all the books that I share in my talk, and then you can just share it with everyone. You may have a WhatsApp group or whatever way you communicate with each other. So in case someone misses out, that might be of help to him or her. Yeah, so will not have time to go into the details of everything that I'm sharing. Hence, I'm giving you some references. As in, when you have time, you may want to watch some of these videos, read some of these books. The first video that I suggest that you watch, don't watch it now. You can watch it once I finish speaking. There is this person called Gary Hamel. Gary, G-A-R-Y. Some of you may have heard that name. Hamel, H-A-M-E-L. So if you go to YouTube, just write Gary Hamel and write Management 1.0. So it's a short, about 18 or 20-minute video where he talks about how the word management came up, right? And how we need to, all of you, who the young champions and the leaders of industry in the times to come, need to take this to the next level and form Management 2.0. Right? And in that video, he asks this question, and let me ask all of you this question. what according to you has been the greatest invention over the last 100 years?
Internet.
Internet. Good, beta. Thank you for that answer. Very nice. What else? The
Sir,
greatest
vaccine.
Vaccine. Okay, very good, beta. Thank you. What else?
Innovation.
Innovation in the field of, could be medicine, could be
Everything, sir.
everything. Absolutely. Okay, great answer. Very good, beta. What else? Could be electricity, could be automobiles, could be
Smartphones.
could be smartphones, could be semiconductors, could be anything and everything. But here he teaches us a very interesting concept. He says that all that what he said is absolutely true and right. He says that one of the greatest inventions of the last 100 years is management. And how would you differentiate management from leadership?
The leadership
No.
sets out goals and targets, while management uh, has various methods on how to follow these goals.
Correct, beta. Thank you. Thank you for that answer. I like that participation. I like that answers. Good, very nice. So as a manager, what is that one thing you do? You will all become managers in the next few months.
Sir, use the resource judiciously.
Correct, good answer. But isn't it easier said than done? That's a fantastic answer. How do we maximize our resources, use them to the optimal level? Super answer, very nice. But maybe some other day I can come and help you. How do you optimize resources? But that's a good answer. Thank you for that. What else would be your answers as a manager? आप करते क्या है? What is that one thing that you do?
Reduce risks.
Correct, very good. That's again a good answer. You reduce risks. Good. What
To
else?
manage the people.
Good. So here, let me challenge you. So one more time, let me ask you a permission before I do that. So you have given me the permission to ask you questions. In addition to that, do I have the permission to challenge you?
Sure, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Do I have the permission to make you a bit uncomfortable?
Definitely.
Yes.
I see silence. So don't worry. I'm not going to make this very heavy. But just a few thoughts. It's important that we have interaction. So when you say you manage people, you never manage people, Veda. You never manage people. That's a wrong notion. So if you were to correct this, how would you correct it?
So bring out the best from people.
That's right, Veda. That's right. But how do you bring out the best from someone?
To help them grow.
That's right, Veda. Correct. But कैसे करेंगे?
To challenge them.
Correct. But why should I accept your challenge?
So in exchange of that, you will get a monetary benefit.
I like that answer. I like that answer. Do you think money motivates?
Yes.
No. Again, you may want to go to YouTube and read or rather watch a research done by MIT, which is Massachusetts Institute of Technology. They did a research across different geographies and different age groups, different industries, and had a very, very large sample size. And what they found out is that money does not motivate, but money demotivates. And the number one motivation for people, and I'm still on that extra bit on that first exercise that we did, right? So don't lose that focus. We are here on that extra thing that we are talking about. The first and the biggest motivator of people across age groups, across geographies, across history, across geographies is you give a task to someone and trust him or her to complete the task. You don't poke your nose in between. You give that autonomy to that person. The second thing that motivates people is purpose. You need, and I need to align the person, what he or she is doing and how that contributes in the overall organizational vision and mission. And the third is you help me become better at what I'm good at. So that's called mastery. So you may want to take a note of these 3 points. So as a future manager, you never manage people, you always lead people. So if you're making notes, please write this down. You lead people and you manage systems. You don't manage people, you lead people. And I'll talk more about it as we go along. But coming back to the question that I had, what is that one thing that a manager does?
Is it identifying the people, what they're good at, what their
Very nice,
purposes is, and
fantastic,
then
very good.
aligning
Very
businesses
nice.
requirements with their purposes?
Very nice, very nice. What's your name?
Prahlad, sir.
Sorry?
Prahlad.
Prahlad, fantastic answer. I wish we were doing it in person. If we were doing it in person, I would have given you a Cadbury Silk. Awesome. Normally, I don't give Cadbury's to anyone. I just love chocolates, but your answer was too good, was fabulous. Very nice, very nice. Keep it up.
Thank you very
That's a
much.
good answer. So all of you to whom I say, if in person, I would have given you a Cadbury Silk, I'm going to share my number at the end of the session. You send me a WhatsApp, send me your address. I will courier you a Cadbury Silk or a voucher from which you could buy Cadbury Silk. Okay, great. That's a great answer. But my question still remains. What is that one thing that a manager does?
Yes, Siddharth, you can answer.
So to help people grow.
Correct. Good answer, beta. Very nice. Come on, speak.
To achieve the organizational goal.
Correct, correct. But how? Beta, kaise?
Efficiently and effectively.
Okay. So what is the difference between effectiveness and efficiency?
Efficiency helps us in cost cutting. Effectiveness is like
don't become a chartered accountant and a finance manager. Okay, just joking. Just joking. But yeah, that's good. But please help us understand the difference between efficiency and effectiveness in a simple manner with an example, real life example.
So efficiency is related to the inputs and effectiveness is related to the outputs.
Good, very nice, very nice, very nice. Good answer, good answer. Can we go in detail and depth of this answer?
So we can say, for example, efficiency is the calculated based on the number of hours put in, whereas effectiveness can be the output as in the number of units produced in those hours.
Okay, good example. I'm happy that some of you are thinking about what we are discussing on a Sunday afternoon. That makes me very, very happy. Again, we have limited time, and if you want, I can come and talk to you on a regular interval, and I can teach you whatever little I know. But let me give you a high-level overview of a few things, and then if time permits, and if all of you want to learn, I will give you more time in the days to come, in the months to come. So understand this. Make a note of this. When you talk about effectiveness, it is doing the right things. When you talk about efficiency, it is doing things right. Make a note of it, and if we have time, I will give you some industry examples to help you build your understanding of this. So what did I say? You can play the music in between also, no problem. Right? The music is a therapy, so don't get conscious about that. What did I just say? Effectiveness is
Doing
the right thing.
correct. That is right. And what is efficiency?
Doing the things right.
Correct. Very nice. Right. So like we got some fantastic answers, helping people grow, helping understand what is the unique strengths, abilities of a person, and allowing him or her to blossom in their careers. All that. Those are things that will make you effective, right? So we should focus upon effectiveness, right? So good, very nice. Good two words, effective and efficiency, and make notes. I still am at my question. What is that one thing that a manager does? So here is your answer. Not that you said is anything wrong. All of you are absolutely right in what you said and what you're thinking. All of that is right. But if I were to give you the crux of it, if I were to give you what is called the bedrock of it, the foundation of it, a manager makes decisions. A manager takes decisions. I'm using both the word make and take. So let us use the word take first, and then if time permits, I will go to that word. How does a manager make decisions? But here, let me focus upon the point that a manager takes decisions. How will you take decisions in a world which is volatile? V stands for volatile, and one of you, as so very rightly said, it is a state of constant change. It is a state of tremendous change. Change itself has changed. Disruption as a word is a passe. So one thing, if I may, I cannot advise you because I'm no one to advise you. So I will only suggest a few things. I will only recommend a few things. One of my top recommendations to all of you young boys and girls would be to learn decision-making models. Very important, not from a theoretical point of view, but from a practical point of view. Please reach out to industry leaders and ask them, how do you take decisions? What is the model that you have? What is that model that you follow? There are various models of decision making, and different organizations have different models that they have as a process that they follow to take decisions. So manager क्या करता है? Manager एक चीज करता है. क्या करता है?
Take decisions.
Correct. Right. So a manager takes decisions, and then we will work. And do you think it becomes difficult to take decisions in a volatile world?
Yes.
That's right. And when I said that, when I was of your age getting into professional life, things were not as volatile as they are today. I hope you will agree with me. Right? And hence the preparation that you need to do is far deeper, greater, wider than what we did. So how do you combat the volatility in the market, in the business world, in the ecosystem? How will you navigate through this world which is constantly changing?
By being more agile and by being more doing
Fantastic.
iterations continuously, so that if there is a
Very
change, we
nice.
can reorient.
Very nice. Very nice. So what's your name? Sorry, fantastic, super answer. So a second salary, Cadbury Silk for you. Very nice. So we will look at the word agility. We will look at it separately, but that's a very good word. We need to be agile. So let me park it here. Right. So I'm parking the word agile, and then we will look at it, and I'll give you considerable input. How do we be agile? Very important. Good answer. Coming back to my question, how do you combat the volatility in the business world?
So
Innovate.
Sorry?
Innovate.
Correct, Peter. That's a good answer. What is innovation? And how is it different from creativity?
I guess creativity would be to come up with ideas that may or may not be feasible. Innovation could be more relevant if it actually is feasible.
Good. I like the way you're thinking. Very nice. I'm happy that at least some of you are thinking. Good, Beta. Very nice. Anyone else who would want to tell us how are these two different?
So creativity would be doing things differently, and innovation would be like doing new things or different things. So that
Okay, good. Very nice. Very nice. Can you give me an example of creativity, and can you give me an example of innovation? Product wise?
So innovation, I think, is iPhone, which really disrupted the entire smartphone industry, and creativity would be the different fonts used in that particular phone. Like Apple was the first company to come up with different fonts, I guess. So that might be creativity.
Good, good. Right or wrong, I'm not saying, but I'm happy with the attempt that you're making in sharing your thoughts. Fantastic. So when you appear for your interviews, better please remember you get brownie points when you participate. No one is expecting you to give picture perfect answers. You're all children, but it is good to take initiative. So very nice. So you win some brownie points for taking initiative. Right. So again, we can have a full day workshop if you want. I can give you time where we can learn how to be creative and how to be innovative. But just to help you understand in a very simple manner, creativity is at a mental level, at a thought level, at an ideation level. Innovation is more at a product level. Yeah, so that's in simple words. We can go into depth of this, but simply put, right? So we need to be innovative. We need to be creative. We also need to be curious. Some of you did speak about iPhone, right? What is I in iPhone stands for? What does this stand for?
So it has, I think, three meanings: intellect, innovate, and there was one more.
Good, very nice. Right and wrong, don't get into all those things. Don't worry that you got only 2 out of 3 right. I in the iPhone, when Steve Jobs first said that we will have an iPhone, I was interactive phone. Have you been to an airport? I'm sure all of you have been to an airport. Say yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes, sir.
What is the color of 99% of the flights?
White.
White.
Correct, correct. Why?
So to reflect light.
I'm sure some of you are thinking what you just said, some of you are thinking that it absorbs less energy and so on and so forth. Would I be correct in that assumption? अगर आपको ये इंटरव्यू में सवाल पूछेंगे तो please don't answer this. There's nothing wrong about that answer, but it is an answer expected from a BBA student, not an MBA student. If you say yes, better.
Sir, white. Sir,
not cheaper.
Sir, white will reflect the light, whereas most of the color absorb the light. That is the reason that the plane, if it is painted with some other color, the plane will become more hot. And white actually reflects the light, so the temperature within the plane would be maintained.
Okay, so how does this affect the cost effectiveness of the airline? How does it make it cost effective?
So, like if you talk about say AC,
yes,
expenditure could be reduced.
Kitna?
I don't know,
so
but
here, I love you for the participation. Absolutely wonderful. Thank you for that. Right. So my second recommendation, or whatever be the number in that list of recommendation, is please speak data. Please put in numbers whenever you're speaking. So when you will speak to industry experts, when you will be sitting for interviews, even after you get selected, when you will be presenting to senior stakeholders, they are not going to be getting excited by your subjective words. They want objectivity. Don't just be qualitative, but also be speaking things which are quantifiable. So have numbers in your talk. So if it is reflecting light, if the energy requirement is going to come down, you need to have numbers. So let's say the fuel efficiency increases by 21% as an example. Yeah, so curiosity is important. So 3 words, ICC, right? Very nice. I still have my question. How do you combat the volatility which is there in the business world? So here is your answer for that. Two V's. The first V is you need to have a vision. And second is you need to have velocity. Velocity. So do you know how to set vision statements for organizations? If no, we can do a session where I can help you understand how do you help organizations and teams build vision statements. So for us to be able to combat the volatility, we need to have a vision. We need to have velocity. Right? Make these notes, and I'm going to share my number at the end of our time. Feel free to reach out anytime, as many times. I will be more than happy to share with you whatever little I have learned in my life. What is the second alphabet U in the VUCA world?
Uncertainty.
Correct. Fantastic. Thank you, Beta. So how do we combat the uncertainty in the market? Two words starting with U. Give me some answers, quick responses.
Understanding.
Very nice. Fantastic. Super. You got it right. Absolutely right. So we need to build understanding of the business environment. And hence I said MBA. We all know what MBA is, but only a few of you are trying to understand how the business environment works. Why does a company acquire one company and not the other company? How do they decide how much to invest in a particular business, and how do they mitigate the associated risks with that? How do they define the boundaries within which they take financial decisions? You and I need to have understanding of the business environment. So my humble suggestion to all of you young boys and girls is please read business books. You need to have understanding. In simpler words, you need to have business acumen, if you know that word. ACUMEN, acumen. Understanding is a brilliant word. And the other U that helps us combat uncertainty in the market is at times you will have to become unorthodox. You cannot have run-of-the-mill ideas when you will be asked ideas in whichever organization you go and work. You'll have to be both a Virat Kohli and an AB de Villiers. And I'm a sports person. I love sports. I play cricket. So if I give you some sporting examples, and if you don't follow sports, please forgive me. But I'm just helping you understand in a very practical manner what it is. You know AB de Villiers?
Yes.
He's very unorthodox.
Yes.
And I play good cricket, and I've tried to want to hoik the bowler over fine leg, but every time I have done it, the bat only hits my leg. Bat and balle ka kabhi sampark nahi hua. And how do you do it to a Dale Steyn when he is bowling at 140, 145 kilometers an hour? Try hitting a helicopter shot. And go and watch MS Dhoni in his team, in his peak, when he used to hit helicopter shots just for fun, and the ball will go zoop. You need to be unorthodox at night. Yeah. Again, I'm giving you a high-level overview. Hopefully, if you want, we can have more sessions on this. C is what is C in the VUCA world?
Complexity.
Correct. So how do we combat complexity? By two words. You need to have clarity. Okay, let's do an activity. Are you all willing to do an activity?
Yes.
Let me see more of you on my screen. I don't know how can I see more of you on my screen. I can only see 4 of you. But anyways, that's okay. Request you to free up both your hands. And with your left hand, take your left index finger and bring it near your nose. Don't take it inside your nose, just near your nose. And watch the tip of your index finger for a few seconds. Ayush, you're not doing that? Maybe his camera is freezed. Ayush, if you can hear me. Anyways, right, so keep your left hand here and then stretch your right hand in front of your face. And then see the right index finger. See the left index finger and see the right index finger. Thank you for doing that. Now, when you saw the tip of your left index finger, what you saw was hazy. Would I be correct in that assumption? Shiva sir, would I be correct in that assumption?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Thank you. When you saw the tip of your right index finger, was it more clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Very
Yeah.
clear.
Correct. Correct. So when you enter into the business world, please remember it is like driving in Delhi or North India during winters. It is foggy and you don't get to see much. So you'll have to operate with a lot of clarity. कि मुझे करना क्या है? मुझे achieve क्या करना है? You could link that with your vision. So be clear about what you would want to achieve in the organizations that you decide to work for. You need to have clarity, right? And the second C, any guesses what is the second C?
Can I have a question on clarity?
Yes, yes, beta, absolutely.
Sir, how do we become more clear in what we want to do? Can you share some?
Great question. Just park it for some time. We will come to that. And even if you are not able to answer all the questions, I will give my number. Feel free to reach out anytime. We will stitch up a time, and I promise that I will give you time as many times as you want so that you become better prepared to rise and shine in your corporate life. That's my commitment. Does it help, beta?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you.
Okay, great. Super. Right. So one of the ways to build clarity is to read a lot of business stuff, is to go and talk to a lot of business leaders, is to reach out to people and ask them difficult questions. Is to interview people who are at decision-making levels, who are making decisions, billion-dollar decisions, multiple billion-dollar decisions, and reach out to them, write an email to them, connect with them on LinkedIn, and ask them that how do you take decisions. And the more people you interact with in the real life, in the real world, the better you will have clarity in terms of how to operate in this complex world. And how do we do that? I will certainly help you reach out to some people. If you want, I can connect you with some business leaders, and they will be happy to help and guide. What is the second C? That could be a third C also. I spoke about, let us say, creativity. Very important that we are creative in the way we are thinking. And what could be the third C here?
Combat the problems.
Consistency.
Correct. Consistency, that's a good answer. Okay, so let me stop sharing my screen. And, I want to play a video for you. Please tell me if you are able to see my screen. Just a second. Let me pull up a video from YouTube. And tell me what is that alphabet C that you learn while you watch this video. I'm just trying to pull it up from YouTube. Okay, so please let me know if you're able to see my screen. Yes, Vishal, can you confirm?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, we can see you.
Okay, great, super. So beta, this is a very short video, maybe a few seconds. What is that one alphabet starting with C do you observe happening in this video? This is a pit stop in a Formula One racing. What is that one word with C that you just saw?
Collaboration, sir.
Fantastic. Very nice. Very nice. Super. Very good. You are smart boys and girls. I'm so happy. Good. So the other C that we are wanting to learn is collaboration. And from this video, can you tell me what is collaboration?
Every team member orienting their efforts for the common goal.
Fantastic. You are very nice. Very nice. I like that answer, common goal. Very good. Fantastic. Right? Is it easier? Isn't it easier said than done?
Yes, sir. Like everything else.
Correct. Correct. So one of the skills that I suggest you learn is the skill of collaboration. How do you bring people from different age groups, different generations, different backgrounds, different preferences, different motivation, and have them aligned to one common organizational objective? This is mightily difficult. This is huge. And if you want, we can do a complete session for a few hours. If you're willing, I can come and give you some inputs on how do you build collaboration. If you have that ability to collaborate with people, it's amazing. It is amazing. Here, what is the challenge? Sorry, my drawing is very, very international, so maaf karna. What is this alphabet that you see here?
X.
X.
Great. So this is plus, this is minus, this is plus, this is minus. This particular inclined line, what are we learning? Collaboration. Yeah. So this inclined line is called alignment. And this inclined line is called initiative. So when you work with people, in the first few months, like at your age, you fall into relationships, you fall in love, all that thing that happens, not at your age, it happens at all ages, right? But it happens more at your age. I hope some of you have just come both an ishq ho gaya, right? And I hope you have experienced that. So when you are at the initial period of that ishq ho gaya, what happens? You both are aligned together and you are both willing to take initiatives to remain aligned. I'll repeat what I said. You are aligned. Do you understand the word alignment? Yes or no?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir. Yes, sir.
तो बताओ बेटा alignment क्या होता है?
Arranged in a certain way.
Okay, good answer. Thank you, beta, for that.
In sync with each other.
Okay, so a lot of English is being spoken, and I studied in a Hindi medium school, so I don't understand much of English. I understand more of visuals. So let me show you a visual and help you understand what is the meaning of alignment. Just give me a second. And so if you were hoping to have a lecture, sorry, I'm disappointing you. I don't know how to give lectures. So here is my image for you. Are you able to see this image?
Yes, sir.
So what is this image? Sorry. Let me pull it up again for you. Let me put it on. Are you able to see this picture now?
Yes.
Now tell me what is alignment.
Yes, sir.
बताओ बेटा alignment क्या होती है?
In the same line.
That's right. Now one of your responsibilities as you enter into the professional life is ये रेल की पटरी दिख रही है आपको?
Yes, sir.
अब ये रेल की पटरी में अलाइनमेंट नहीं है.
Yes, sir.
अब आपको अलाइनमेंट लाना है. तो जब आप कोलैबोरेशन की बात करते हो, हमने एक्स देखा, एक्स इज अलाइनमेंट. अब अलाइनमेंट बिगड़ा हुआ है. Let me go back to my where is my pen gone? Okay, let me go back to this X. What was this? This was alignment, right? What was this? This was initiative. तो जब आपका अलाइनमेंट बिगड़ जाता है तो आप इनिशिएटिव लेते हो टू गेट दैट अलाइनमेंट बैक. So when we talk about collaboration, we are talking about an environment where both of you are aligned and ready to take initiatives. So it is this state. But when you enter organizations, you will find people at this state. They neither have any alignment nor they want to take any initiative. वो बोलेंगे प्रियल मैडम आपने मुझे काम सौंपा उतना मैंने किया, मुझे जितनी तनख्वाह मिलती उतना मैंने किया, आपको ज्यादा काम करना है तो आप रुक के काम करिए, मैं जा रहा हूँ. किसी को बोलो बेटा करेंगे मरेंगे वंदे मातरम लग जाओ जी जान से काम करो, वो बोले वो ज्ञान तुम्हारे एमबीए में चलता था, इधर ज्ञान नहीं चलता, पैसा दो. और पैसा आपके पास है नहीं देने के लिए. I hope I'm able to connect with you.
Yes, sir.
Right, so it is very important that we learn how to collaborate. How do we have people aligned for one common goal? When the alignment gets disturbed, you take the initiative to get back that alignment. And once you get that alignment back, वो 2 दिन चलता है, उसके बाद गाड़ी खड्डे में गिरती है, and then your alignment is gone again. Then you again take that alignment. Then you will call me and say, Anand, ये कितनी बार alignment करना पड़ेगा? ये सुनती ज नहीं है, ये सुनता ही नहीं है. So then I will say, welcome to the real world. And you know, the challenge that all of you will face, we all face. You have more years to cope with the challenge. I've got only a few years left to cope with the challenge, right? That challenge is, how do you manage multiple stakeholders of different generations? For example, when you get into the business world, you will have people who are at your parents' age, who have more years of experience in that industry than your biological age. और फिर बोलोगे मैं गोवा इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ मैनेजमेंट से एमबीए करके आया हूं, ये करेंगे, बोलेंगे फट्टेबाजी बंद कर रहे हैं. Are you with me?
Yes,
And we can have a full day workshop on how do we collaborate. I'm just giving you a high level overview of some of the things that we have to do, and I'm still on the first slide. I have not moved out of my first slide. Yeah. Okay, so let's continue what we are learning. Let me come back to my original presentation. So we have looked at how many alphabets? We have looked at V, U, C, right? Yes or no?
Yes, under C.
Yes, sir.
Correct. And what is the last alphabet? The last alphabet is A. What does A stand for?
Ambiguity.
That's right. Very nice. So how do you combat the ambiguity in the business world? 2 A's to do that. The second A is more to do with collaboration, but the first A is very, very important. What is that first A? Agility. One of you said that word. You need to be agile or agility. And what is agility? Praveen sir, बताएंगे जरा?
Being kind of proactive.
Good beta, thank you for that answer. Good. Agility 3 टांगों पे खड़ी होती है. If agility is a tabletop, वो 3 टांगों पे खड़ी होती है. कौन-कौन से 3 टांगे? हर्षल साहब बताएंगे? I'm just picking up names because I can see only a few of you on my screen. So don't mind it कि ये मेरा नाम क्यों ले रहा है ये? I just have one horizontal bar on my screen. So please don't mind it if I take your name.
So by agility, what I mean is like you're constantly being ready for whatever that is being thrown up to you.
Good, very nice, very nice, very nice. Good answer, beta. तो इसको और सिंपल वे में और गहराई में समझने के लिए ये समझो, if agility is a tabletop, it stands on 3 legs. What are the 3 pillars, tenets on which agility stands?
So one could be adaptability.
Adaptability is a great word. Let us keep it separate. Remind me in case I forget to tell you what is adaptability, but 2 important words. So it is like Rohit Sharma and KL Rahul, and both of them very, very important in today's match against New Zealand, and we are going to thrash them like never before. Yeah, so be ready for some thumping of the tables when we win the match tonight.
Sir, I can give it a go. So
yes,
one will be keeping an eye on what is going right and wrong. Second will be identifying what is right and wrong. For that, we need to keep an iteration. And third is taking action, continuously taking action to make things better.
Very nice, very nice. I love you for your participation. Fantastic answer, beta. Let us make it even more simpler. The 3 tenets on which our agility is standing is we need to have speed, build upon the answer that our friend just said. I need to identify it, but I cannot be in a dhire holle mode of doing. I need to have speed. The second is flexibility. Just to give you a visual, because we understand more when they are visual. Speed, you can think of a cheetah. When you talk about flexibility, you can think of a palm tree. You are all in Goa, so you know what a palm tree is, right? A palm tree, you will see it in a storm, it will sway. It will sway to the left, it will sway to the right. So the flexibility to stand in a storm, very important. So I need to be flexible in my decision making. That is what MS Dhoni is. If this doesn't work, we will do this. They are not rigid. Great captains are not rigid captains. They are flexible. Yeah. And the other S here is swiftness. I need to be swift. Think of swift, think of a deer. A deer is swift. So as you enter the business world, beta, you need to build agility in your execution. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Right, and then maybe later on I will teach you something called learning agility. How do we be agile from a learning point of view? I will share it with you, and I will also share the point of adaptability with you. The other A here, which I said links to more of collaboration, is together we do awesome things. So A stands for awesome. If you want to do some awesome things, you have to do it together. Yeah, so now my question here is, where were we? We were, this is my first slide, and some of you were able to get this done. Let me use a different color. So what is that extra that we are doing so that we will be able to stand tall and be relevant in a world which is constantly becoming more VUCA. So to summarize, what I want to say is don't get limited by limitations that are imposed by the external world. You and I need to have the courage to disrupt the status quo. Are you all with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So you are which, are you first year students, second year students? I don't know. Is it semester wise? Is it year wise? How is it in your university?
Most of us are first years, but there are some second years and some faculty.
So first year. So you have spent how many months as an MBA student?
So we started around July of this year, so around 4 months.
So in 4 months, how many books have you read? I don't want an answer, but please remember this statement. If you want to be a leader tomorrow, beta, remember you need to be a reader today. Today's reader will become tomorrow's leader. Over the last 18 months of the lockdown, 18, 19 months of the lockdown, yes or no?
Yes.
How many certification courses have you done? Outside your academics. Okay, a question. In the last 18 months, let me change this color. In the last 18 months, with a 12 to 14-hour job, with a growing up child, a child of your age, with aging parents and a family to support, how many certifications do you think I would have done in the last 18 months?
Around 7 to 8.
7 to 8. Thank you, beta, for that answer. Over the last 18 months, I have done more than 620 certifications. If I don't do it, then I don't have any right to come and disturb you on a Sunday afternoon. If I don't do it, how do I show it to you? I have passed 620 plus exams in the last 18 months, out of which 3 months I was down with COVID. I was in the hospital for 21 days, 17 days in the ICU. I was almost dead. And it took me a couple of months even to have the energy to speak as much as I'm speaking now. Over the last 18 months, I have read more than 500 books. So I'm not here to give you global gyan. I'm here to tell you something that if you want to rise and shine in your life, you will have to have the pain of discipline. Are you with me? I'm not here to impress you, but I'm here to express my point and impress upon you the fact that you will have to do this extra.
Yes, AB, we are
Yes.
with you. I just had one question. Like, how
Anji.
do you differentiate between swiftness and speed when you explained agility?
Good,
These
good.
are quite similar words.
That's right. That's right.
Which mean
Fantastic
almost
question.
the same.
Almost the same. But is deer as fast as a cheetah?
No.
So you got your answer, right? So while a cheetah will have the swiftness of a deer will not have the speed of a cheetah. So I just cannot be having pace, but I also need to be swift. I need to be nimble. I cannot be heavy-footed. You know what are heavy-footed organizations? Like Nokia was a heavy-footed organization. It took it a lot of time to change. And by the time it realized it has to change, it had already become irrelevant. To help you understand this, you are MBA students, so you know the product life cycle graph.
Yes, sir, we do.
How does it look like? What shape should I draw?
Bell curve.
Very nice. Fantastic. How many stages does it have?
4.
4 stages.
Very good. So what is stage 1, 2, 3, 4? What is stage 4?
Decline.
Correct. What is stage 3?
Maturity.
A better word is consolidation. What is stage 2?
Growth.
Very nice. Very good. What is stage 1? Initial stage, incubation. Right. So when you talk about speed and swiftness in terms of change, what is the best time to change? What is the best stage to change? 1, 2, 3, 4.
First one.
First one.
Too early to change, isn't it? So you have a lot of speed, but you don't have stability. So give me an example of a company that changed very fast and they were hit very badly by the market. You know Hero Honda?
Yes, sir.
I'm not talking about the Hero Honda. Today I'm talking about the Hero Honda. Well, you were still not born. So we were graduating from a scooter. Have you seen a scooter? Some of you may not have seen a scooter. Do you know how to ride a scooter?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So Harshal, बताओ scooter कैसे drive करते हैं? Show me with action. I can see your video, hence I'm asking you.
So on the left hand side, you have the gear shaft. You have like first, second, third.
But हाथ करके दिखा भाई, करके दिखा.
So like this, on one side, on the right side, you have the accelerator. You have to pull it, and the other side, you have the gear shaft.
So what do you do?
So this is where you have the clutch alone. So you press it and you adjust the gear.
You see my action. Is this what you do?
No, not exactly, sir.
Yeah. So there is this lever of the clutch. You press it and then you change it to first gear, right? And then you press your accelerator and then to the second gear, to the third gear, to the fourth gear, and then change it as and when you need it, right?
Yes.
So whenever you have to change gear, what do? We press that lever. Are you with me? Now Hero Honda brought in a bike called Hero Honda Street. You can, whenever you have time, you can go and check the image on Google. Hero Honda Street was a mobike that Hero Honda had launched as we were transiting from a scooter into a motorbike, and that Hero Honda Street did not have a lever on the left side. And you know, we Indians, we had this habit of pressing the lever to change the gear, and आप हाथ ऐसा करोगे कुछ आता ही नहीं था, तो ये क्या है, समझ में नहीं आता है, and we rejected the idea. So to give you a different example, do you know what a harmonium is?
Yes, sir.
Hussain Sahab, have you seen a harmonium?
Yes,
हारमोनियम कैसे बजाते हैं, है ना? अब आप हुसैन साहब जिंदगी भर हारमोनियम बजा रहे थे, अब हमने उनको कैशियो दे दिया.
Sir, I don't know how to play cash.
No, I'm just giving you an example. Okay, so let me tell you what happens when you change in the first what do you call that? The first phase of your change. Let me pull up a video for you. I hope I'm not boring all of you.
No, sir. No.
You didn't have the audacity to say, yes, Anand, you're boring. Will you stop, please? Just joking, but not actually joking. Okay, let me pull up a video for you. And I hope I have that video here. We are at stage 1 and we are still at the first slide. Please tell me if you are able to see my screen. Are you able to see the screen?
Yes, sir, we can see your
Okay.
screen.
Okay, so this is what happens when you change at stage 1. Watch this lady. Some of you did not get it. Watch it again. Watch this lady carefully. What happened? She was used to typing on a typewriter. Your generation will not know a typewriter. Typewriter was a small machine where you would type, and then when you want to change the line, there was a lever that you would press, and then it will roll to the next line, and you do this. So this lady got promotion, and she got a system, a computer, and she was used to it, and dhar. So this is what happens when you change too quick. Stage 2 is a stage of growth. Can you tell me some industries that are in stage 2 and good time for them to change?
Automobiles.
Automobile would not be in stage 2, beta.
So good time for them to change to electric vehicles.
Okay. From that point of view, I agree with you. From that point of view, definitely I agree with you. Okay. Where did my presentation go away? Okay, so let me come
So
back.
probably healthcare.
Healthcare, that's a good answer, Beta. That's a good answer. Okay, so when you talk about speed and flexibility and swiftness, we need to be clear that we should be able to plan and time our change while we are somewhere between stage 2 and 3. We are somewhere in this range. If you are here and changing, your momentum is going to take you down. And there are some companies that changed when it was too late, like Nokia, like Kodak, and there are many others that come to mind. And so you need to be both swift and have speed. So you cannot be, how do I say this? You cannot be playing spin like the England cricketers play when they tour India. They don't know how to use their feet. Our Akshay Patel is enough to dismiss them in one day. You don't need an Ashwin for them. Sorry, I'm giving all cricketing example. I can see some very serious faces. Maybe you don't understand this. Sorry for that. But anyways, I'm going to talk more about it. So did you get my first input to you? My first input to you, what is that extra you're doing? My second question to you is, now you have the same dot of set of 9 dots. Now you have to join these 9 dots using one straight line. 60 seconds to do it. Arshal Kadam Saab ho gaya?
No, sir, I'm trying, but I'm not able to figure it out.
Koi baat. As long as you're trying, it is fine. So 60 seconds up. Priyan madam, batayenge aap?
Sir, I couldn't do it.
Koi baat. That's absolutely fine. Is it possible or is it impossible?
I tried to do it, like I tried various ways to do it, but I just couldn't find a way to join this
No,
bond.
no worries, no worries, no worries. Thank you for that attempt, beta. Thank you. Anyone else? Is it possible or not possible?
If we zoom out, then these points might come closer in the perspective.
No jugaad system, beta. You can't change the orientation of these dots.
You can bend a sheet of paper so that it becomes like a cylinder.
So we will use a straight line, but what we can say, the width of that straight line would be very high.
Super, very
and
nice.
we would be able to join.
What's your name?
Siddharth.
Sorry?
Siddharth.
Siddharth. So next time I come to go at dinner with you, and the bill is on me. That's a super answer. What did Siddharth just teach us? He says that the width of the line was not defined. So you could just draw kind of a brush. You can just brush these 9 dots together. I did not define the width of the line. That's how you solve problems. So one thing that a manager does is takes decisions to solve problems. And the problems that you will encounter are problems that you have not seen as children, as students. Siddharth, fantastic, very nice, very, very good. So I hope all of you understood what I'm trying to help you with. One is we all need to do something extra. We need to do extra reading, build our velocity, build our vision, build our understanding, be unorthodox, build our clarity, be creative, have collaboration. We need to be agile, and together we can do some awesome things. And the second thing is we need to think outside the box. Okay, so as you make this transition from your college to the real world, will you be making a transition? Some of you who are in second year will do it faster than some of you are in the first year. But eventually, will you make the transition?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let me skip this question and let me come to this question, because we have limited time. This is very important. So in case you were not being attentive, my request is please be attentive for the next 5 minutes. Then you can do whatever you want. Praveen Saab, could you please help us read this question?
So what are the top 5 major trends in today's business world?
Thank you, Beta. Thank you. And our job as managers is to navigate through these top 5 trends. The first of this is globalization. Give me an example of globalization.
Any local product which sells in the international market. Masalas or anything.
Thank you, Harshal, for that answer. But as answer better interview में मत बोलना.
Can I give it a try?
Yeah, please.
So one thing that we can see across the nations are getting more and more protective, yet they are unable to implement it. Be it India trying to put restrictions on China, or be it USA trying to do on China, or China trying to do on some other nation. So even though there are forces, yet they are unable to counter this force of globalization.
Good answer, but I would expect you to be, not today, but whenever you sit for your interview, between now and then, you have time to have real examples with data points. Please remember, boys and girls, you will sit in an interview as an MBA student, a master's degree holder. You will not be sitting in an interview as a BBA student, as a bachelor's student. I hope you understand that.
Yes, sir.
Yes, so आपके आंसर में डेप्थ होनी चाहिए. आप सही हो, बिल्कुल सही हो, but उसमें थोड़ी सी डेप्थ लगेगा. So globalization. Again, you will have my number at the end of the session. Feel free to reach out anytime. More than happy to help you. Second is what is this?
Mobility.
Correct. Thank you, beta. Example बताइए.
Sir, it can be like this new trend of work from home, which gives an opportunity of being mobile and like work from anywhere. That is one trend.
Good. Very nice. Is it positive trend or negative trend?
So there are various perspectives as to whether it's a positive trend or a negative trend, depending on like who is looking.
So don't become politically correct. No sense of. Don't become politically correct. The interviewer will not have the patience to listen to you. तो इसका आंसर बेटा जब आप भविष्य में देंगे, जब आप इंटरव्यू में बैठेंगे, तो मेरा सजेशन है आपको, आप आंसर ऐसे दीजिएगा, as per study. Then quote who did that study. Quote when it was done. And say how many people were there in the sample size. And then give your answers. Are you with me? There's
Yes,
nothing
sir.
wrong with your answer, beta. What you're saying is absolutely right. But what I'm encouraging you is to get more data oriented, is to get more factual, is to become more objective, is to become more quantifiable rather than just qualitative statements. मेरी बात आप तक पहुंच रही है नहीं पहुंच रही मुझे नहीं पता, मैंने कोशिश कर रहा हूं to help you understand. There's nothing wrong with your answer, बेटा, but उसमें थोड़ी सी डेप्थ चाहिए, थोड़े से numbers चाहिए, थोड़ा सा research चाहिए. Am I making sense to you, boys and girls?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
so
Yes, sir.
mobility, great. Mobility not just of employees and people, mobility of assets also. Third trend is all of you on the call, minus me. Do you think all of you have a very different way of working as our generation?
Yes, sir. I
What
think that's
percentage
definitely
of-
a real possibility.
That's right, absolutely, Becca, you're right. So what percentage of millennials are at work today? And is that number going to go up or go down?
It will go up.
That's right. That's right. So you should again have in-depth study and research on what are the changing trends of working preferences. By the time in a couple of years, when you are ready to join the workforce in India or abroad, in whichever industry, the very concept of office would have changed. Yes or no?
Yes.
And how do you as millennials collaborate with maybe 4 or 5 different generations? I'm sure you know about baby boomers, Gen X, Gen Y, Gen Z, and millennials. And then also the children who are in college today, a couple of years younger today. Yeah, so that's a trend that you should study. Number 4 is what was number 4?
New
New
behaviors.
behaviors.
And
Changing mindset.
okay, so what do you mean by changing mindsets?
So like you said, millennials have a different way of approaching work and all of that.
That's
So
right. That is right. I'm trying to pull up a slide to help you understand this. Let me see if I can pull up that slide. My challenge is I've got so much stuff, it becomes difficult for me to, but I'll try. Yeah, go on. I'm listening. Please tell me what is your understanding of mindsets? आप मैनेजमेंट स्टूडेंट हो बेटा, आंसर दो, स्पीक टू मी लाइक अ मैनेजमेंट स्टूडेंट.
So, sir, what was acceptable in the, let's say, 20 years ago is quite different from what's acceptable now.
That's right. That's right. That is absolutely right. Again, one more example. Detail में जाइएगा, depth में जाइएगा. Look at these 4 quadrants. Are you able to see this slide?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
What is there on the y-axis?
Proactiveness.
Initiativeness and proactiveness.
Correct. What would be there on the x-axis? I have not put it yet, and I'm asking you what would be there on the x-axis.
The situation.
Okay. The word here is
Hunger.
Hunger.
I'm not talking about the hunger that you may have for pakoras right now, because it is that time of the day when you have chai and sandwich. But if I were to plot a 2x2 matrix on this, again, giving a high level overview, if you want, we can do a half a day session on this. You will have 4 quadrants. So as a mindset, are you a settler? So a settler will be a person who has no hunger to learn and has low proactiveness and does not take initiatives. Are you a seeker? Are you a survivor? Or are you a person who has the mindset of significance? You can note down my number. I'm going to share it with you. Feel free to reach out, and I will spend as much time as you want to help you understand. These are changing mindsets. So when you sit for an interview, beta, please don't speak what everyone else is going to speak. You need to exhibit that you have studied more than what your academics have taught you. Are you all with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so this is again, all that I'm trying to teach you is non-Googleable. ये सब चीज Google पे नहीं मिलने वाली. Right, so this is what we learn. What is a good state of mind to be? What is a good mindset to be?
Significance.
Correct. But if I'm here, how do you move me to here? How do you increase my hunger? How do you increase my proactiveness? Like आप में से किसी ने सही कहा था starting में, that as a manager, one of the things that I do is help people be successful. I help people succeed. Great. But you'll have to make some shifts in mindset before a person becomes successful. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You will have great, but you will have to instill into him or her the concept that what brought you here will not take you any further. So
Yes.
that's a challenge, and if you want, you can take a screenshot of what we just saw. And okay, so let me come back to my presentation. Where is my presentation on? आपको मैं जब बोर करने लगूं तो बोल देना, तो मैं चुप हो जाऊंगा. बोर तो नहीं कर रहा मैं आपको?
No, sir.
Only one of you said no. I just love that. Very nice. कोई बात नहीं. Even if you are बोर कर रहे हो, अब आ गए हो तो सुन लो, बेटर है. अभी जा तो सकते ही नहीं हो कहीं, right? So major trends. And what do you think will be the fourth trend? Fourth or the fifth trend? Now, if you've understood this, try understanding this statement. And I am just looking at the watch, and I think so the first slot was till 4 o'clock. So if you want to stop now, we can stop now. If you want to continue, we can continue. What is the general consensus? Okay, let me finish this and then we will take a call. चलो बताओ इसका मतलब क्या होता है?
Take things one day at a time.
Sorry, beta.
You can take things one day at a time and concentrate on that day, except.
Okay.
It
Okay.
could
Good.
also mean that the world is going at such a fast pace, and the pace is just going to keep on increasing. So comparatively, today is the slowest as compared to the days coming ahead.
Very nice, Hussain sir. Very nice. Good answer. Example. If you look at the number of years that different industries took to reach a base of 50 million or 5 crores, if you look at airlines, they took about 68 years. If you look at automobiles, they took about 62 years. Telephone took about 50 years. YouTube took about 4 years. Facebook took about 3 years. If you look at a downward trend, Geo took 170 days to reach 100 million customers. I'm not talking 50 million, I'm talking about 100 million. Geo reached a customer base of 100 million in 170 days. If you look at other telecom players in the world, they would have taken anywhere between 12 to 18 years. 12 to 18 years for 100 million customers. We did 100 million customers in less than 6 months. If you look at refineries, there are 700 refining locations in the world. If you look at all those 700 refining locations in the world, study those refineries, there is none of those refineries that is as big, as complex, as huge as compared to the Reliance refinery at Jamnagar. Yet all those 700 refining locations would have taken about 6 to 8 years to commission. We took less than 3 years to commission. And if I do not know how many of you know about Reliance and what Reliance does. Reliance has the largest refinery in the world. And you know how much of fuel do we make every day? We make enough fuel for you to go from Goa to the moon and back, a round trip to the moon and back 450 times a day. We refuel an aircraft every 3.5 minutes. There is nothing except for the air that you breathe, the energy that we get from the sun, and the water that we get from natural resources. There is nothing that we use in India which is not Reliance, including the bottle from which I'm drinking water, including your debit cards and credit cards that you use. Everything that you can imagine has a Reliance into it. You cannot afford not to understand this statement if you want to do something significant in your life. You will have to be quick off the blocks, And hence my suggestion, beta, to all of you is get marks, very important, very good if you're getting marks, but that's not good enough. You will have to build the width of your knowledge. You will have to build the depth of your knowledge. You will have to network with industry people. You'll have to reach out to them, do their interviews, listen to them, make notes, and be ready from day one. You know, and it's like T20. You cannot use the power play to get accustomed to the bounce and the pace of the wicket. You need to get off to a good start. Are you all with me?
Yes, sir.
right? And
Yes,
today
sir.
Jio is only the second company in the world to have more than 400 million paid customers. We are at 430 million paid customers, each customer on an average paying us about 144 rupees. Any one of you is MBA marketing on this call?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if I can ask you a question, and who is an MBA marketing?
Sir, I am, sir, Praveen.
Okay, Priyank, right? Praveen, sorry.
Praveen, yes.
Okay, so Praveen and to others who are MBA marketing on this call, I just gave you some numbers of Jio. It is the world's second largest single country mobile operator. It is only the second company in the world to have more than 400 million paid customers. So how many people in the marketing team of Jio? How many headcounts? Any guesses?
I am not sure, sir. But I think all in all, Jio has around 15,000 people on its payroll. But again, you asked specifically for marketing, so I'm not sure.
That is. Any other person who would want to give it a try to this question?
So I would guess somewhere around 200 to 400 people.
Okay, thank you for that answer, beta. Anyone else?
The same guess as Hossein, around 300 to 400.
Okay, great. Thank you, beta, for that answer. The number of people who are a part of the marketing team of Reliance Jio is 0. Reliance Jio does not have a marketing department. Hello. Now you can't come in interview and say, Philip Kotler, 4 P's of marketing. All that is good, beta. All that is fantastic. But the world has moved on since Philip Kotler wrote his book. I'm not wanting to fear, अरे यार जियो में तो कोई है नहीं तो मेरा नौकरी का क्या होगा? Not that, but I am just telling you how we need to be multifaceted, multi-skilled if we want to be relevant in the business world today. Okay, so what I want to do is ask you, would you want me to continue or you want to take a break and then we come back again after some time? Challenging yourself, basically, that's the whole motto. And because of that challenge, you get into that focus. Let me share with you something on execution. And you can share, Vishal, you can share my numbers with others who missed out taking it from the session. And if they want to reach out, please tell them they can call me anytime.
Yes, sir. We will do that.
Sir, if you don't mind, can I ask a question?
हाँ बेटा.
Sir, what motivated you that your mission to help 1 lakh lives by 2027? Like, what thing made you think that you should do this thing?
Good question, beta. Good question. One is I travel a lot, and when I travel, I see very lot of young boys and girls so stressed out, always angry, shouting, and when I look at them, I feel they are lost. They need a bit of direction. I believe that we have got a lot of talent. And as I said, I have a daughter of your age. So obviously I interact with her friends. Obviously her friends will be again of your age. So I believe you have great potential. Someone has to help you channelize that energy. And if you can help you channelize that energy, you can create magic. I am absolutely sold out to that idea. So what you need is a bit of direction. So can I give that direction? Second, I believe that today the world lacks motivation. There is no dearth of knowledge, but there is a deficit of motivation. So can I provide that motivation? Can I provide that inspiration to someone? In short, can I spread smiles? You can go and talk about me to anyone in Reliance or any other place. You will not find a single person say that I saw him shouting, screaming, howling. Not possible.
Yes, Sasha, I have realized that once you start growing up the ladder, you have to be more patient and you have to maintain that discipline with yourself also.
Otherwise, no one will be willing to work for you, work with you. मेरा जिंदगी का एक सिंपल सा उसूल है, चिल्लर चिल्लाता है. अगर आपके बटवे में करेंसी नोट है और चिल्लर है तो आवाज ज्यादा कौन करता है? चिल्लर करता है. It is important इसको शांत रखो, इसको ठंडा रखो. Yes, Devendra Singh Rajawat. Sab, you have a question, you raise your hand.
Yes, sir. I'm audible, sir?
Yes, beta. Yes, you are.
Thank you, sir. So the last line you have said that we get sound for chiller, okay, and we don't get sound for currency. The value is always be seen by everyone. So I want to see that how we can achieve the value. We can listen many things, the why value is necessary, but the thing is that how we can get this. We can get ourselves with value.
And what I meant to say, beta, is when you have value, you don't need to shout and scream.
Yes, sir.
That is what I meant to say. And as you grow into leadership positions, please ensure that you do not have to shout at someone to make him or her complete the job that has been assigned to him or her. You create that environment where a person wants to. You create that environment of belongingness. So you don't have to prove that you are the boss. You don't have to show that you are the boss. You don't have to shout to show that you are the boss. Right? Yes, so that's what I meant by saying that chiller chillata hai. So please develop that skill which is called people skills. I know so many people who have got brilliant skills, but they are not able to get along with people.
So how we can develop these skills, sir?
उसके लिए मुझे वहां पर आना पड़ेगा और 2 या 3 दिन आपके साथ बिताना पड़ेगा, तो मैं उसका शायद 1% आपको बता पाऊंगा. Right? But एक सिंपल लाइन में आपको बेटा समझाऊं तो सामने वाले को रिस्पेक्ट करो.
जी सर.
सामने वाले को कभी बेइज्जत मत करिए. आपके पास एक अलग सोच है, सामने वाले के पास अलग सोच है. जब आपके पर्सपेक्टिव डिफर करते हैं तो सामने वाले को सुनिए. One way to respect someone is always listen to that someone. We don't listen. We need to listen to understand. We listen to reply. Maybe we can request the team to do a session on people skills. Very important. No MBA college teaches people skills. Remember, humans are not resources, hence HR as a function has an incorrect name.
Yes, sir. I can already see the questions popping up, which shows the enthusiasm. I'll start to enlighten our lives for the next couple of years. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, thank you. So that is too big a task for me to enlighten anyone. I cannot enlighten anyone. I can only share some of the things that I have learned in life. Anyways, thank you for having me. Thank you for considering me worthy enough to share some of my thoughts with all of you. We have got more than 200 young boys and girls on this call, so feel honored, feel privileged, and it's an absolute good fortune for me to be able to share some of my thoughts. Right? So there are already some questions on the chat box. So before I share my presentation, why don't we start with the questions? If one of you could help me with those questions.
If anyone has questions, you can also raise your hands. Yes, Paulo, you can go ahead.
Good evening, sir. I was thinking, what if we're under an extreme stress? In that case, it's really hard to keep cool and keep working. How to deal with that? If you could give us some tips.
Am I still visible? No answer, better. No answer for this. But, do you have a paper and pen, all of you? So first of all, I didn't get your name. If you could just share your name.
Sir, I'm Polumi.
Polumi, right? So thank you, Beta, for that wonderful question. So let me share with you some insights about stress. So let me use my screen and then I can use that as a whiteboard to write something. Are you able to see a blank screen? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
So what is stress? If you were to create a formula for stress, stress is equal to
pressure.
P over R. So what do you think is this? Obviously stress. What is this P?
Pressure.
That's right. Thank you. Thank you, Beta. So what's the difference between pressure and stress? Again, before we get into this, for all of you who have joined in, I thank you for your time. Thank you for logging in. I don't give a very elaborate introduction about myself. It's just that I have worked more years than your biological age. I've been working for 29 years and I have always tried to share what I have learned through all my life. I have always believed that I have a daughter of your age, so when I get a chance to speak with all of you, it is as if I'm sharing things with my daughter. So you are all like children. So I'm going to share something not as a professional, but more from a parent point of view, and hopefully that is going to help you understand a few things that life has taught me. And my request is make it participative. I'm not here to give you any gyan, but I'm here to share something that hopefully will help you in your life, right? So that's my request, my humble submission that please participate, ask questions. Not that I have answers to all the questions, but whatever little I know, I will share it. And allow me to ask you questions. I hope I have your permission to ask you questions. Do I have your permission to ask you questions?
Of course, yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. So tell me, what is the difference between stress and pressure?
So pressure is what causes the stress.
True, very good answer. Fantastic, absolutely good. Right. So building upon that answer, pressure is external. It's an outside in influence. It's a trigger. It's a catalyst coming from the external world. Stress is an inside-out response to what is being triggered from outside. So you may have noticed that for the same pressure situation, some people don't get stressed and some people really get stressed out. It's my response to that pressure. And you're all children, you still have not experienced life. Life is tough. Life is really, really tough. It's going to hit you hard and hit you hard very, very often. So I cannot expect not to have pressure in my life. You will have pressure. You will always have pressure till the last breath that you breathe on God's planet Earth. So I can't do much about the pressure, but what I can do is do something that reduces the stress. So I'm sure all of you know maths more than I. So for me to reduce the stress, the denominator has to increase. Would you agree with me? So the denominator is inversely proportionate to S or stress. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Correct. Thank you, Beta. So tell me what is R here?
Relaxation, sir.
Okay, I like that word, relaxation, but life does not allow you to relax, Beta.
Reaction.
So
Reaction. Or
okay,
reaction.
so I hear relaxation, I hear reaction. Better word than reaction is respond. But what is this R?
Resilience.
Fantastic, very good, fantastic. That is resilience. So this R is resilience. What is resilience?
Ability to bounce back.
Super. Watch this video and tell me what is resilience. That's a good answer. Thank you, Beta, for that answer. Let me play this video. This is a beautiful video that describes resilience.
Morning, everyone.
Do you have the voice there? Are you able to hear the audio?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Who does it look like? It looks like me. That's right. I want you to do everything that you can to knock your toy down. Who is the strongest in class? Jeron, come on up, please. I'm going to give Jeron a prop, and he's going to try to knock it off the table. Ready, Jeron? Okay, children, who can tell me what it means to have resilience? Yes, Paige?
Resilience means if you make the toy fall down, it'll come back up very, very fast.
Very nice.
Wasn't that an amazing video? Wasn't that amazing?
Yes, sir.
So tell me what is resilience now? So for you and I to be able to manage stress, I can't do much about the pressure, but I can build resilience. Right? And how do we build resilience? That's a different topic. I'm going to share my contact details with you for those of you who would want to know more about it. More than happy to share it. So that's my response to your very simple but very practical question, that how do we reduce stress? You don't reduce stress better, you manage stress by building your resilience. And a book that helped me build my resilience is a book titled Failing Forward by Dr. John C. Maxwell, where I learned the 3 F's in my life: how to fail fast, how to fail early, and very importantly, how do we fail forward. So that's how to do it better. No shortcuts there. No shortcuts there. So what is the secret better? Resilience. Okay, I hope I answered your question better. Follow me if I hope I got your name right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. I hope I was able to answer your question. Okay, any other question which is there on the chat box? If one of you can help me with that question, or if anyone wants to ask me.
Yeah, so for the time being, there are no questions on the chat box.
Okay, great. Okay, great. So let's get into the session, and if I may request all of you to do an activity with me, will you be willing to do an activity with me? How do I see more of you on my screen? I don't know. I can only see a few of you, but any which ways. Are you willing to do an activity with me for 10,
Yes,
20
sir.
seconds?
Yes, sir.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay. So
Yes, sir.
free up your right hand. If you have a pen, pencil, whatever you have, free up your right hand. Thank you. And raise your right hand. Raise it as high as you can. Devendra, you can still raise it further. Yeah. Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you for doing that activity. Now, I could only see a few, 4 or 5 of you on my screen. We are more than 200 people on the call. I trust that the remaining boys and girls would have done it. So when I asked you to do this activity, when I asked you to raise your right hand, I believe that about 90% of you, around 180 of you would have raised your hand like this. And when I nudged you a second time, when I pushed you a second time, then you would have done it like this. Would I be correct in that assumption?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So how do you define this and this? Your first step, I call it your comfort zone. And this, I call it the learning zone. This level, I call it performance. And this, I call it potential. So do you think there was a delta here? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Why? So one of my learnings better to all of you is if you want to win in life, both personally, professionally, academically, in all facets of life, you need, and I need to be here every day. That's a challenge. It's not that I'm not here, but we are here only a few days of a month. I need to be here every single day I show up to work, every single day. That's a challenge. That's a massive challenge. Are you with me?
Yes,
So
sir.
question for you to think, a question better for you to ponder. When was the last time you did something for the first time? Don't reply, just be honest to yourself. And if I were to give you a formula or an equation of performance, performance would be equal to PO minus I. And you would have guessed what is this PO with regards to performance. What is this PO?
Potential.
Correct, beta. Thank you. What is potential?
Capacity, like that to which the performance can rise up to.
Capacity और capability दोनों में फर्क क्या होता है? A quick question. I'm talking to all MBA students. Ability और capability में फर्क क्या होता है? Capacity and sorry.
Can I speak, sir?
Yes, beta. बिल्कुल.
So capacity is the limit which we can. Okay.
I got it, beta. I got it.
What? I'll complete. Let me complete this. If I'm wrong, then please correct me. Okay, because learning is the phase of. This is my learning phase. So I want to do that. If wrong, then it's okay. I will get the right answer. So capacity, we can develop. Okay, capacity is the limit of ourselves at the present. But the ability is to is what is its ability. It's something. It's inside us that we get it from our journey of till life. Okay, capacity can be increased with the help of the ability. They are correlated.
Good, very nice answer. I would like to applaud you for your answer. Right, and it's not the question of better right and wrong. It's the question of having the initiative to share your thoughts. Right, so the more we share, the better we become. Right, so may not be I may not have the time to share this in detail, but for any one of you wants to understand this very, very important facet of life, the difference between capability and capacity, the difference between capability and competency, the difference between ability and capability. Some of us think this is my ability and it is defined. I cannot go beyond my ability. So that's a difference in mindset. So there is a fixed mindset to which we are exposed right from our childhood days, but we need to move on to what is called the growth mindset. We'll talk about that, right? But this is very, very, very important. But thank you for attempting that answer. We will, if time permits, go into the depth of it, but make a note of it for those of you who want to learn more. Feel free to reach out and talk. So what's potential? So I would want you to think about Niagara Falls. Do you know about Niagara Falls?
Yes, sir.
Yes. What is the width of Niagara Falls? Let us say 300 feet. Let us say. Don't get into Googling that, okay, what is it, right? But let us say it is 300 feet. Now, unless the gates of that dam are opened, then unless that potential energy gets converted into kinetic energy, that potential is of no good, is of no use. So potential is untapped energy. And I, for one, believe that all of you, young boys and girls, have huge potential, massive potential. But you need to unleash. Unleashing is opening up the doors of the dam for the water to flow. And when Niagara water falls, it produces huge energy that can move turbines, energy can move locomotives, energy that produces electricity. That's potential. Now, what is stopping us from being at my potential each day, every day of my life? This is the villain. What do you think, beta, this I is?
Interest.
Okay. Thank you for that answer. Let me put it here. Interest, what else?
Sir, initiative.
Very good, beta. Rohit, that's a good answer. Initiative. Thank you, Rohit, for that answer. What else?
Input.
Okay. Input. Thank you for that answer, beta. What else could be I? Okay, no worries. Thank you. Sorry?
Inhibition.
Inhibition. I heard inhibition. That's a fantastic answer. So inhibition, right? So whether it is inhibition, input, all that we just heard, this I is, yes, Surbi, I can see your hand raised. आपको कुछ कहना है? Maybe you are speaking, but we can't hear you. Your microphone is muted. Anyway, that's okay. So I here is interference. And the interference could be internal, it could be external. Now, there may be situations in life, they do happen, but they don't happen very often, but they certainly happen where because of external situations, I'm not able to perform at my best. It could be biological reasons, it could be topographical reasons, it could be climate reasons, it could be many reasons. It happens, but does not happen very often. What happens most of the time is internal interferences, such as inhibition, such as fear, such as doubt, such as discouragement, such as complacency, such as being in a comfort zone, such as not having goals which are compelling you, such as not having that drive, that passion that is so critical in life, such as not having the attitude of persevering. Nothing is going to come to you on a platter. Nothing in life is given to you on a platter. There's only one event that happens to us when we get things on a platter, is when mama is serving food. There is no other person in this world, not even your father, who will give you things on a platter. It is only your mother. It is only my mother. It is our mother who gives things to us on a platter. Rest, you will have to earn it. So what are those interferences, internal interferences that are stopping you from ensuring that your performance is to your potential? I need to be here. I need to have that energy. I was talking about Virat Kohli, and I'm going to play a video of Virat Kohli. Look at the intensity with which he plays. Win, lose, you win a few games and you complete the sentence.
Lose a few games.
You don't lose, beta. You don't lose. You learn from a few games. You win some and you
learn in some.
Learn from a few.
Absolutely. You only fail when you don't learn. Look at these great players. They don't repeat mistakes. They don't repeat mistakes, but they do make mistakes, but they never repeat mistakes. So this is my first input to you. Second input to you is very important, very important, is how do you have excellence in execution? Do you agree that it is the execution that is going to win the day for you, not your plans and strategies? Your seniors in the organization that you will work for in the future are not going to say, Anand, well said. They are not going to say, Anand, well thought. What are they going to say? Well
executed.
Well done. Or well executed. Well done. So let me share an equation that hopefully will help you in your life, and no MBA school teaches this. What could be the formula for or equation for of execution and excellence in execution? It is 3 elements. Rohit, you look very handsome in the t-shirt.
Thank you, sir.
ना बताओ बेटा F क्या होगा इसमें? That leads to execution here.
Sir, I'm not able to guess.
That's okay, beta. That's absolutely okay. Sorry for putting you on a spot. My apologies for putting you on a spot. But I just pick up your name because I only have 2 or 3 videos and names on my screen. Yes, I can hear Rajwadi Saab, raise your hand. Hanji Rajwadi Saab.
Sir, focus.
Rajawat, sorry, I got your name wrong. My apologies.
Focus.
Rajawat Saab. Focus, absolutely. That's the right answer. Thank you. What is focus? Devendra Saab or anyone? Harshal, what is focus?
Attention, undivided attention.
Good answer, but let's go
Focus.
in the depth.
Focus. Sir, I give you a personal example which I learned in karate.
Ji beta.
So at the time of fight, like for practice, even for 2 minutes or 2 seconds, I have to give my 100% presence of mind at toward the opponent moves. If there is 1.1% is attention is their move here or here, I lose the fight. This is the focus.
Good example. Thank you, Devendra. Anyone else would want to add to what Devendra said?
It's probably aligning all the energies towards one particular direction.
Very nice, very nice. I like that word alignment. Very nice. So to help you what focus is, think that this is sun, right? So this is sun. I have a magnifying lens here and I have a paper here. So if I've got sun here, magnifying lens here, what happens to the paper?
It heats up and it catches fire.
It will burn, right?
Yes, sir.
No. It will only burn, and listen to me better carefully, it will only burn when the focal length is right. It will only burn when the focal point is right, if you remember your physics. So you need to have that focus. You cannot be chasing too many things. And at this age and stage of your life, as you are doing the masters, you need to figure out कि आपको life में करना क्या है. You are not bachelor students. You are now master students. And I think it's time for us to know कि मुझे life में करना क्या है. And if any one of you would want my help in terms of identifying your strengths, identifying your talents, how do you know what you are good at? Reach out, more than happy to help whenever I possibly can. Very important to understand, if I chase 2 rabbits, both of them are going to escape. As Devendra ji very rightly said, focus has to be laser sharp. 1 point. Second, what do you think is this P in this formula?
Sir, perseverance.
Okay, beta, that's a good answer. Thank you for that answer, beta. What will lead to perseverance? So let's take perseverance as a byproduct. Let's take perseverance as a subset. What is the main set? But that's a good answer. Thank you for that, beta. What do you think is this P?
So patience.
Patience. Did I hear you correctly, beta?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Very nice. Patience. Sabra. So patience is a subset. What's the main set? But that's a good answer. Patience.
Priority.
Priority. That's a great answer. Priority. How will you decide what to do first, what to do next, and what not to do? Priority. We need to prioritize our tasks. Very nice. That's a good answer. Again, a subset. What is the main set? Pandey sir. If you're speaking, I can't hear you. Maybe your microphone is muted. And others also, we have got more than 200 of you on the call. So please speak. I know it's a Saturday evening and you may be wondering ये कौन आके क्या बोल रहा है, क्यों बोल रहा है, मैं यहाँ पर क्यों हूँ? So sorry for boring you on a Sunday evening, but please bear. What is this P?
Passion.
Persistence यहाँ पर आ गया ना? Perseverance, persistence.
Passion.
Fantastic. That's the right answer. Passion. So I need to have that passion. And if you ever want to learn how do you discover your passion, reach out. I have done a huge amount of research over the last many years on how do I understand what was I created for? What is my purpose in life? Why am I doing my MBA? Is it only to get a job? The why, very, 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 very important. So thank you, Beta, for that word, passion. Very important. And what is the C?
Courage.
Challenge.
Consistency.
Consistency, courage too, very good. So consistency, we will marry it with persistency, basically, kind of related to each other. Commitment. Okay, that's a great word. That's a great word. Challenges. So let me stay with commitment for a while. Well, that is not C there, but if commitment is a tabletop, it stands on two legs. And for you to rise and shine in your life professionally, you will have to be high on commitment every single day. Would you agree with me? Shivang?
Yes.
Would you agree with me,
Yes,
beta?
sir. Yes, sir.
Right. So, beta, ये बताओ कि commitment आता कहाँ से?
Because of love of something.
Because
That's a
we
good
love.
answer. That's a good answer. Maybe because of the passion of it, right? So we looked at passion. So keep that aside. But that's a good answer. Passion is a good answer. Passionate होंगे तो committed रहेंगे. Yeah. Okay, good answer. But ये दोनों कौन से pillars हैं जिसके ऊपर आपके life का मेरे life का commitment बनता है? Without commitment, you and I can't do much in life.
Aim and the end goal.
Good. That is also a good answer. The aim and the end goal in life. Good answer. But let me give you the two pillars on which commitment stands. One is confidence. The other is motivation. Can it happen that your confidence is low, but your motivation is high? Possible? Not possible.
No, sir.
Possible. There are so many examples where the confidence is low, but the motivation is high. Take our Mohammad Shami, for example. He is motivated to do something for the country, but right now the confidence may be low. And hence, as a leader, the captain of the team has to put his hand around his shoulder and say, we back you. You are with us. You have our back. We are there for you. Yeah, so can it happen that my motivation is low, but my confidence is high? Can happen, right? So you will have to figure out, I'll have to figure out for myself, what is the level of confidence I have and what is the level of motivation I have. And the challenge in life is to keep both of them high almost every day of your life. Right? So unless my commitment is high, I will not be able to deliver things with an ownership mindset. Very important for us to learn that, right? So commitment, that's a good, very, very good answer. So in that equation of FPC, F was focus, P is passion, C is competency. Anyone from you who is doing MBA with HR? Anyone? Okay. Even if you're not doing MBA with HR, I know all of you are doing MBA. ये बताइए competency अगर एक टेबल टॉप है, वो 3 टांगों पे खड़ी होती है. What is competency?
The ability to do any task.
Competence is not equal to ability. ability could be inborn, जैसे देवेंद्र साहब ने बताया था starting में. Like I'll give you cricketing examples again. So please forgive me if you don't follow cricket. Don't curse me for that. I'm just giving you simple examples so that we can understand. Do you think you can teach someone to do a scoop like AB de Villiers? Can you teach someone? Absolutely. Can you teach someone to hit a helicopter shot? But can you teach someone to hit a cover drive? Which is easier to teach?
Cover drive would be much easier.
Correct. Right. So that teaching of cover drive is more like competency, and then the ability to scoop a bowler bowling at 145-50 kilometers an hour on over fine leg for 6 is more of ability, right? So while people loosely talk about competency and ability as together, but they are two different things. Today is not the day that I talk about competency, but to help you understand, competency is 3 elements. The first is the knowledge or knowing what to do. The second is the skill, the how of doing it. And the third is demonstrated behaviors or the willingness to do everything that I possibly can. And this is where the challenge is. Sorry. The willingness to do everything that I possibly can do. Also, you can say that's your attitude part. Sorry for that. Yeah, are you with me? So remember this, and you will learn more about this equation in a book titled The Inner Game of Work and Inner Game of Tennis. 2 books that you will get to read about this formula of what I just shared with you regarding performance is equal to potential minus interference. The 3 F's that I spoke about: fail fast, fail early, fail forward. You can read about this in a book titled Fail Forward by John Maxwell. And the formula that I gave you for execution, F into P into C, you will find it in a book titled Execution Excellence by Sanjeev Anand. Right, and please forget about everything that I'm sharing with you. Forget everything. Remember one thing: you cannot end a day without reading books. If you like it, great, and if you don't like it, you still have to. Am I able to connect with you, boys and girls?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Based upon this, let's listen to one of my favorites. I'm sure he is a favorite for many of you.
I was not disciplined at all in terms of my eating and my fitness. I mean, I can't even relate to that guy anymore that I was in those years. 2012, again, had a really bad IPL season, and my eating habits were horrible in that season. I can remember coming back home and I came out of the shower, the team didn't do well. I came out of the shower, I looked at myself in the mirror and I was like, you can't look like that if you're an international cricketer. You know, I was like, how the hell are you going to continue like this if you don't take care of yourself? Boom, from next day onwards, I just changed everything about my diet. Hitting the gym 2 hours a day, just taking a day off in a week, eating proper lean food. I got away from all kinds of junk. I did not have a cheat day at all. And within 8 to 10 months, I lost about 6 or 7 kgs, and then from then on it became such an addiction because I saw the results on the field. I felt quicker, I felt lighter, felt more focused, and then I was like, man, this is the path I want to go. If we don't change the way we are playing, or I don't change the way I'm playing, or the way I'm training, or thinking, or eating, I can never be among the best players in the world. And there's no point in just competing if you don't want to be the best. So I wanted to be the best version of myself, and then I based everything around that vision. And then my training, my diet, my approach towards the game, everything changed. And I know that I wasn't the most skilled sports person when I came in, but the only thing that's been constant is working hard on myself and my game. And I wanted to make an impact. I knew that I have the ability to make my team win, and I wanted to be that version of myself where if I walk in I wanted teams to think like we need to get this guy out or else we're going to lose the game. So I thought if I can't have that impact on my team, then I'm not doing justice to, where I am. And if I don't want to be that guy, there's something wrong in my head. Either I've accepted being, lower than what I should be, or I just don't have enough drive in me. So I said I'm going to unlock my max potential and achieve what I should be.
Brilliant. How do you be the best version of yourself? I can see someone raised their hand. I don't know who raised it, but Devinder sir.
Sir, by following Kaizen principle.
Kaizen is good. Kaizen is good, but not good enough. Right? So for me to be able to, Kaizen and just in time, all those management concepts, but look at what is the essence of this video? And hear me carefully. The essence of this video is the process of change, the process of transformation only happens when I'm positively dissatisfied with my current state. Amal sir, did you get what I just said? Harshal, did you get what I just said? I'm just taking a few names because I can see a few names on my screen. What did I just say? Can someone repeat what I just said?
The transformation happens only when we are positively dissatisfied with ourselves.
Thank you, Beta. Thank you so much. You need that positive dissatisfaction. Let's pick up some words and some learnings from that video. Are you taking good care of yourself? Are you allowing negativity to get into your mind? Do you practice positive visualization? Few months back, I was in the hospital, 21 days, down with COVID. The doctor said, Anand, your game is finished. I was on the ICU bed for 17 days. I was on the ventilator, external oxygen supply for 16 days. I did not allow a single negative thought to get into my mind. Tough, but take care of your mind. Feed it with love. Feed it with truth. Feed it with faith. Stay away from social media. Take good care of yourself. Associate yourself with good people. People who inspire you, not put you down. Where you need to impress people. Get out of that company where you're trying to impress someone. Remember this line. I may not ever meet you again in my life, but remember this. Eagles don't fly with pigeons. Eagles don't play with chickens. You need to be like an eagle. Take care of yourself. Choose your friends very, very carefully. Choose your surroundings very, very carefully. Number 2, be disciplined. Minus discipline, nobody can achieve anything of significance in life. And discipline is self-control. Discipline is self-restraint. Discipline is self-denial. It's discipline that differentiates the good from the great. It's discipline that differentiates the average from the performers. It's not talent. Talent is cheap. Ego is eating talent today. Be disciplined. Be willing to change. Have that point of inflection. Point of inflection is a point after which you grow exponentially. You just don't go ladder by ladder, step by step. No, you grow exponentially. Check out for that tipping point. There's a book titled Tipping Point. You may want to read that book. Check what's your point of inflection. I decide to change now. Enough is enough. That drive will drive your career or drive you crazy. That lack of drive. Be the best version of yourself. Work hard. There is this concept of 10,000 hours. You need to practice your skill for 10,000 hours before you can be classified as world class. And he spoke about impact a couple of times. Let's look at this formula of impact. Impact is equal to E over A into T. But बताइए बेटा, what is E with regards to impact?
Execution.
Very good, beta. Thank you so much. Without execution, you cannot create an impact. That's a good answer. Thank you, beta, for
Energy.
the answer. Energy, absolutely great answer. Without energy, you can do nothing. You need to have that energy in your life, right? Energy is a great answer. Super. What else could be this E in terms of impact?
Experience.
Experience is what life teaches you when you don't have hair on your head. Like I have lost a lot of hair on my head. I once used to have hair like Harshal, like nice hair on his head. I once used to have. I don't have it anymore. Right? Good. Experience is good, better. What is this E?
Sir, enthusiasm.
Good, better. Thank you. Thank you for that word, enthusiasm. So enthusiasm, energy. Let's marry these two. Very important. Without enthusiasm, energy, we can't do much.
Positive ego, sir.
I love that answer, right? Positive ego. Forget about the word ego, but positivity is important. So don't use this word ego. But yeah, positivity is what I take. Okay. So this E here and paucity of time, but thank you for these wonderful answers. All of them are right, but the E here is effort. I need to put in massive effort, not chota mota effort. Are you willing to put in massive effort in what you want to, in the area you want to create impact? Effort, very, 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 very important. What do you think is A here? Lower the A, higher the I.
Arrogance, sir.
Sorry, beta?
Arrogance.
Arrogance. Beta, arrogance should be zero. Arrogance will kill you before anything else will kill you. Arrogance is the most horrible state of mind anyone can ever have. Please, with folded hands, never be arrogant. Arrogant means I know more than you. So never be arrogant. So good answer, beta. Thank you. Yes.
Action, sir. Action.
नहीं बेटा एक्शन ये मैथ्स का फॉर्मूला सीखो ना बेटा एक्शन कम होगा तो इम्पैक्ट ज्यादा कैसा होगा but appreciate your taking time to give this answer and think and give this answer. Thank you beta for that answer, but not action.
Exception, sir.
Area. I heard area. Area is the right answer. Absolutely. Thank you for whoever said that. Area. It is area. Make sure that your focus is sharp. You are working on a few areas. You're not working on everything and anything. Don't spread yourself thin. Don't dabble in multiple things. Focus. Area has to be this. I'm working on this. And I think so. Now is the age and stage of your life that you decide, okay, this is what I work on. That's it. Area. What is T here? This is relatively simple.
Time.
Time.
Correct, beta. Thank you, beta, for that answer. Time. You cannot take eternity to complete your work. You cannot tell your boss, I will give it to you tomorrow morning. He will say, Anand, I needed this yesterday evening. Time, execution needs speed. You cannot be doing धीरे हौले correct now. So impact. Again, ये चीज आपको सिखा रहा हूँ, आपको ये जीवन के निचोड़ से सीखी हुई चीज आपको सिखा रहा हूँ. This is what I learned from what I call the life school of management. And the life school of management does teach you things that Harvard Business School does not teach. I'm sure you would have read that book, What They Don't Teach at Harvard. I'm sure some of you may have read that book, What They Still Don't Teach at Harvard. Right, so these are some books that you should read, but thank you, Beta, for your answers. Remember, impact is what I want to create, and I can create impact. And by understanding this formula, effort over area multiplied by time, right? And this is what I wanted to share with you. And in the first half, we did talk about agility. And I said in the second half, I will talk about agility. I will talk about three things. I will talk about agility. I will talk about adaptability, and I'll talk about resilience. We did touch base about resilience, so we'll not talk about it, but we'll talk about these three elements, how they help us become the best version of ourselves. So agility has three parts to it, and we saw that in the first half, in the first session, we saw that agility has speed, agility has flexibility, and agility means being swift. Right, so let me introduce a term that I did not share, or rather did not have the time to share with your friends who attended the first session. What I shared in the first session, I'm not sharing now, and what I'm sharing now, I did not share it with them. So in case you meet them, you may want to share notes. So tell me, Beta, what is learning agility? Very important. So please pay attention for the next few minutes. I know it's a Sunday evening, and you may have other things to do. So sorry for cheating or rather eating into your Sunday evening time. But I'll not take much time. So tell me, what is learning agility?
Sir, Devendra Singh has raised his hand.
Ji, beta, Devendra, yes.
Sir, as per the agility world, we have flexibility and something else. So learning agility that you should be ready to learn. There is a very good lesson, sir. It is from Kanish. Is a Shifu master of India. He said that on the first day of my in China monk where he is learning martial arts. So the Shifu said a child, a very small child, to teach him, and he asked why he is teaching. He's teaching. I want to learn for Shifu. So the translator replied that Shifu want to that you will learn from him, from wherever you get either from a child, from as your age, or from master. Be ready to learn, sir.
Good, very nice answer, Devendra. I'm beginning to love you for all your answers, Devendra. Very nice. I like the way you answered, Devendra. Very nice. Right. So building upon what Devendra said, would anyone want to add to what he said? He kind of nailed it very well, but would anyone want to add to what he said? And the reason we are learning is the slide on your screen. So let me pick up someone who has not spoken. I can see some names. I can see Anurag here. Anurag, if I may ask you, Beta, what is learning agility?
Sir, it's mean how fast a person can learn new things.
Correct. Very good, Beta. Thank you for that answer. Right. So combining both what Devendra said and what Anurag said, let's understand what is agility. Two elements to it. What are the two elements? Can you read on the screen? Pick up the two elements. Can you pick up the two elements from what's there on your screen? I hope you are able to see a slide on your screen.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
great. Okay, so उसमें बताइए दो important word कौन से हैं?
Willingness to learn and
Very
experimenting.
nice. And ability. Very good. Fantastic. Right. So the two words, ability and willingness. We all have the ability to learn. No exception. Everyone has the ability to learn. But where is the challenge? Where is the challenge? This is the challenge. Are you willing to learn? Right, there are a lot of different types of agility that we need to build. Again, don't have the time to cover all of them, but let me give you a few examples. Something that is going to help you in your professional life. What's there on your screen?
Cognitive agility.
इसका मतलब क्या होता है?
At a mental level.
That's right, beta. Thank you. We are talking about three things. Again, don't have time to dive deep into each one of them, but what is divergent thinking and what is convergent thinking? What is critical thinking? Again, we can take full day sessions on this, but let me give you a high level overview of the first of the three blocks, divergent and convergent thinking. Read this, one of you, please read this.
Zoom in, zoom out, zoom in.
So zoom in, zoom out, zoom in. So let's think of an imaginary building. Think of a building that does not exist. This is a building which is 980 floors tall. So it is a 984-story building. So when you are talking about zoom in, so you are working on that task on hand, and then you need to exercise your cognitive agility. So you zoom out. So when you're talking about zoom out, when you talk about divergent thinking, you go to the 984th floor, imaginary floor, and work out various options, then come back, converge, zoom in to the ground floor and execute. Let's do some activities. Are you ready to do some activities?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes, sir.
I only heard a few yeses. We are about 190 of us. Some people dropped out because they found I was very boring. Right? Remember, life is all boring. Life is not exciting. It cannot be fun. Learning can never be fun, right? So appreciate those people who are honest enough to log off and drop off, right? And appreciate those who are still there. Appreciate your time. So do you have a paper and pen beta with you?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay, great. So let us go from a basic level and increase our level of difficulty by doing some activities. Can you read the task on hand?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And your 60 seconds starts now. So 60 seconds over. So how many words were you able to write? I'll make a note of it. Just shout out some numbers.
32, sir.
17.
17. I heard 32. Any other responses? 19, 30, 18, 24. Okay, so you have the answer on the piece of paper. Good start. Very good start. So you have done well in the power play. Now here the challenge starts. This is a challenge for the Indian team also to make sure that you don't let the run rate drop in the middle of a T20, and that's a challenge today against New Zealand also. So can I pose a next level of challenge? Now the power play is over.
Yes.
Ready? Ready?
Ready.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I only hear a couple of you, but two people with passion are better than 100 people who are merely interested. So very nice. Thank you. Here is your next level of challenge. Were you able to read the question?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Your 60 seconds better starts now. So 60 seconds up. How many answers? Just shout out your responses.
Sir, 4.
5.
5,
sir.
5.
7.
7, 10. Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you. Sorry? 8. I heard 8 if I got it right.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. And you see how difficult it is to score when the power play is over. And this is what is expected out of you when you get into the professional life. You're supposed to be creative. You're supposed to have cognitive agility, and that does not come just by scoring marks. That comes by working hard, by reading books, by connecting to people, thinking about ideas, thinking about problems, by staying out of social media, by not getting addicted to Instagram and all those addictions that you have. You have a career to make. Please be disciplined, be cognitive, and have sharpness of mind. Now the power play is over, the middle is over, now the death overs are here. Are you ready for some more challenges? Now you have a Bumrah who is bowling. You have some of the best bowlers who are bowling. Ready for the next challenge?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Can you read what is there on your screen?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
You have 60 seconds and your time starts now. So 60 seconds over, beta. How many answers?
7.
Sir, 8.
7,
8.
8. One more.
8.
8. Okay, beta. Thank you. One more. Quick.
So there are also answers in the chat box ranging from
Okay,
3
sir.
to 6.
Okay, thank you, beta. For I don't have visibility of the chat box on my screen, so my apologies for not looking at the chat box. Sincere apologies, but thank you for putting your answers there. Okay, quick. Did you get a chance to read the question? Yes, no?
Yes, sir.
Your
Yes.
60 seconds starts now. So that's 60 seconds. How many answers?
5, sir.
The 6.
8.
5, 6, 8. Great, right? So now, are you understanding what is cognitive agility? I hope I'm able to put my thoughts across to you. Yes, no? You need to work here. You need to work upon various ideas. In the first half of this interaction, the first set of students, I spoke about the challenges that you and I face in this VUCA world. Volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous world. And one of the ways to combat the VUCA world is to be creative. And one of the ways to be creative is build cognitive agility. Right, and when you talk about cognitive agility, there are a few things that I need to learn. Is the other element that I need to learn is adaptability. What is adaptability? The application of what I'm learning. So I need to be agile, and I also need adaptability. Adaptability is applying my learnings in existing situations or in new situations. So when you look at these two words on the same slide, two challenges that we all face is the willingness to learn and the application of what we have learned. And remember, my dear friends, boys and girls, as you step out of the college, be ready for this. Be very, very ready for this. What does this image speak to you?
Challenges up ahead.
That's right. That's right, beta. Yeah. That's right. Absolutely. Thank you, beta, for that answer. And how do you deal with challenges up ahead? 2 words. Agree, disagree with me, beta?
Agree.
That's right. That's right. I wish I had more time to teach you a few things, but do you know this person? He's my boss. Do you know him?
Yes.
No, sir.
Yes.
Okay, for those who said no, he
Yes,
is a
sir.
person called Mukesh Ambani. And this is what he says. What's the important lesson? How do you clear the clutter from your mind? You and I need to unlearn. Very difficult. बेटा बहुत difficult है ये, बहुत difficult है. And let's listen to him. And he's going to give you 3 pieces of advice. And let me end my time with what our chairman teaches us every day. Listen to him.
My first learning to the youth is dream big. Align your passion and purpose in life with a goal. If you focus on the goal, you will overcome all obstacles. If you focus on obstacles, you will never reach your goal. My second learning, there is no substitute to hard work. Even more important is to pursue excellence. Aim at being the best, not just the best in India, but the best in the world. Pursue excellence and success will chase you. My third learning is it is very important to be positive and optimistic in life. Dismiss the prophets of doom. Have self-confidence. Believe in yourself. And above all, believe in India. Because this country gives every Indian the opportunity to realize his dreams. And I think the best of India is yet to come. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
So key learnings from this amazingly humble person, amazing individual. I hope it was loud and clear, the video. I hope it played properly.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So what are your key learnings? Did you pick this learning on your screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Super. Did you pick up this learning?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Did you pick up this learning?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Did you pick up this learning?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Very
sir.
much.
Did you pick up this learning? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That's how you be the best version of yourself. You may not pay attention to what I say, that's fine. But you pay attention to someone who started from absolutely nothing to build a Fortune 100 company in one lifetime. Today, Reliance directly and indirectly employs more than 60 lakh people. Last year, हमने 1.5 लाख करोड़ तो खाली टैक्स पे किया. तो ये सीखना चाहेंगे आप जो आपको सिखाया मैंने?
जी सर, बिल्कुल.
कल भूल जाओगे आप. तो ये चीज मैं आपको सिखाना चाहता हूँ as I have the last about 8-9 minutes with me. What is your learning from this?
Clear your focus.
Very good. दूसरा बेटा, what is the other learning from this?
Sir, keep looking backward but focus forward. So
Very
keep
good.
learning
Very
from your
nice.
past and applying it in the future.
Very good. Very nice. Good answer, beta. Very nice. Basically, be forward focused. And read what's there on your slide.
Start with why.
MBA क्यों कर रहे हो? क्लियर होना चाहिए. My last activity for the day. 2 दिन में आप भूल जाएंगे कि आनंद भटनागर नाम का इंसान आया था, उसने कुछ तो बोला था, क्या बोला था, दिमाग खा गया था, भूल जाओगे सर. लास्ट एक्टिविटी, इस बॉल को मुझे इस पाइप में से निकालना है. इस बॉल को इस पाइप में से निकालना है. So what are the preconditions that should exist for the ball to come out of this pipe?
Pipe should be hollow.
Good answer. Very nice, Beta. Okay,
Sir,
good.
the
Pipe should
size
be-
of the ball, the size of the ball should be less than the diameter of the pipe.
Very good, Beta. Very nice answer. What else?
There shouldn't be any blocks in the pipe.
That's right. What if there are constraints such as these?
Sir, ball should be flexible.
Even if it's flexible, will it go through now?
No, sir.
Will it reach the end? No. So we learned agility and we learned adaptability. We learned application of whatever we are learning, and adaptability is a key point. So there are 5 major roadblocks that potentially could derail your career. This could be the first and the last time I'm interacting with you. I don't even know your names, but I hope this session is going to help you and be an eye opener to some of you. It will not be for most of you because that's how life is. But for some of you who are serious about careers, listen to me. Stay away or stay aware rather of 5 possible derailers. Be clear about the first thing, insight. Say the word insight. Say the word insight.
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 का मतलब क्या होता है? पढ़ो, ये लिखा है, क्या लिखा है?
Do I know what I
Do I know what I need?
आप मास्टर्स कर रहे हो, आई होप आपके पास इसका आंसर है. ऑब्जेक्टिव वे में, क्वांटिफाइबल वे में, ना केवल क्वालिटेटिव एंड सब्जेक्टिव वे में. पहला कंस्ट्रेंट. दूसरा कंस्ट्रेंट, पढ़ो क्या लिखा है?
motivation?
का मतलब क्या होता है?
Am I willing to invest the time and the energy necessary for my own development?
For, say that again.
For my own development.
For my own development, not anyone else.
Yes.
Are you willing, am I willing to stay away from social media and discussing anything and everything which is only time pass and nothing? It does not take me closer to my goal. It does not create value. I am just talking nonsense. Are you willing? I can't answer this question for you, beta.
Yes, sir, we are.
Yes, sir.
I hope. I don't know. I don't know. The third constraint. Read.
Knowledge and skills. Do I have access to the resource necessary for the gaining the knowledge and learning the skills required for success?
Today you have it on your mobile phone. Please log on to some online courses such as Coursera and do some certification courses. I was sharing with the first batch that in the last 18 months, I have done more than 620 certification programs. I have cleared 620 exams in the last 18 months. Please stop wasting valuable time. Please stop talking about people. Please stop discussing people. Start focusing on your career. Build knowledge and skills. Build your competencies. That is what is going to help you. The fourth constraint. One of you read.
Do I have opportunities to apply the knowledge and practice the skills in the real world?
In today's world, you have this in abundance. You can apply to any company and say, I would want to be a part of a live project. But you need a lot of discipline to do this. And the last, the most difficult one is called accountability. And read what's there.
Do I feel accountable to develop and use my capabilities?
आनंद जी, आपने जो भी सिखाया नहीं करूंगा तो क्या फर्क पड़ेगा? कोई नहीं फर्क पड़ेगा साहब. Only thing is you will survive. But to some of you who are listening to me, my last few words, let us stop. Read what's there on your screen. Let us stop.
Stop surviving, start living.
And start
Living.
living. And one of you will say, Anand bhai, thank you for all that you said. I will do this one day. But I am sure there is one out of the 200 of you who will say, Anand, thank you for your time. Thank you for these inputs. Today is day one for me. I'm sure that majority of you will say one day, but I'm equally sure there's at least one of you who will say, Anand, thank you. Today is day one for me. And if it is day one for you, and if I can be of any help to help you go onwards and upwards in your career, to go above and beyond, feel free to reach out, contact me. I'm sharing my contact details with you. More than happy to help and guide in whichever way I can. I don't know everything. I know a very, very small piece. Whatever I know, I will share it with you so that you become the best version of yourself. My tagline is, you start unknown, but finish unforgettable. So when you get into the corporate world, you will be unknown, but I hope these inputs will help you finish unforgettable. I pray that God bless you with uncommon success. I pray that God give you the discipline and the focus and the sharpness of mind to pursue your goals. I pray that you don't get distracted by distractions. You stay focused. And I pray that God bless you with his richest and his choicest blessings. Thank you for having me. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for bearing me. And sorry in case I bored some of you. Right, so that's it from my side. Any other thoughts that you may have for me?
If anyone has any questions, they can.
If you have any questions, you can definitely ask me. Not that I have answers to all questions, but I'll try to answer. So if you're writing in the chat box, I'm not, my screen does not have the chat box with me, so my apologies. So I would request you to unmute yourself and share your thoughts in case you have anything. I can see one hand raised. Neha, yes. Neha has raised her hand. Beta, any question?
No, sir, I don't have any questions.
No. Okay. But I hope you found this session useful. I hope I did not bore you.
Yes, sir, I did. It was a quite insightful session for us.
Thank you, Beta. Thank you.
We did understand a lot about it. Thank you so much, sir.
Welcome.
Sir, I want to say one thing.
Ji, Beta. Ji.
I don't know how long we will take this valuable knowledge and lessons. But the thing is that we get a question that why I start my night and where I ended.
Very nice, very nice. So at least we know what my starting point is. So if I know where to start, that is half the battle won. Well begun is half done. So
we would also be creating a Telegram group, like where students and like where you all can be added and they can be a contact in the future.
Anyway, you want me to contribute, whether it is Telegram, whether it is speed post, whether it is normal post, whether it's email, I'm not too much into WhatsApp and Telegrams and all of that. As a group, if you want to contact me, you have my number. Feel free to reach out. So I believe it's better to be one-to-one, because I don't want to give my time and my energy with people who are not very serious in life. So I'm very clear about it. I would want to give my time who wants to learn. So if you want to learn, if you want me to mentor you, guide you, whatever I know, my promise that I'll help you.
Yes, sir. We're happy because of for your support.
Anytime. So please do take feedback and let me know that was this investment of time or was this wastage of time. I hope it will be investment of time, at least for some of you. It will not be for all of you. That's how life is. And I hope I was able to add a little value to your Sunday evening. So thank you for having me. And in the first half of the day, I didn't realize the time and I kind of overshot my time by a few minutes. Sorry for that. But the second session, I ensured that I stop in time.
Yes, sir. So thank you for answering all the questions and queries. I'm sure all of us have gained some valuable insights on how to be the best version of ourselves and how to adapt ourselves in this new business world. On behalf of Goa Institute of Management and Ribandar Talks, I express my gratitude and thank you for your valuable time and also sharing some valuable experiences and keynotes. We are honored to have you, sir, and we would love to host you in a beautiful campus in the coming future. I would also like to thank all the faculties and all the students for being such a great audience. Thank you, sir.
Thank you to everyone. Thank you to all the faculties who were there. I did not know who amongst you were teachers, professors. I did not know who amongst you were teachers and rather students. So to all the faculty members who took time out to attend this session, thank you for it. And let me appreciate the fantastic, fabulous work that you do in grooming up the leadership pipeline for organizations in the future. Your contribution is absolutely priceless. So thank you. All teachers, professors, faculty members, and everyone associated with the development of our children. Thank you. Keep on doing a great job. And thank you for having me. Thank you for listening to me. God bless you. Have fun.
Thank you, sir.
Most welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Most
Thank
welcome.
you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Most welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Most welcome.
Sir, our PR team wanted to have a small session, Q&A session. So can
Yeah, I'm available. I'm available.
Okay.
Sir, I'll message you the link shortly, just in a couple of minutes. We'll invite them and we'll continue the meeting there. Okay, sir.
Sorry. With your permission, can I log off from this call?
Yes, yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Most welcome.